Alright, what is going on everybody? RPG back with some more Predecessor content. Today's video we are in the training realm, training map, whatever you want to call it. I had a request from a subscriber to do a quick Crunch breakdown, almost like a basic tutorial for Crunch and the magical number 3 on Crunch. So, let's get right into it. Let's just break down his kit. So if you read his kit here, his passive is called Cross Crunch. It says, on ability use, empower your next basic attack to deal extra damage on hit. And that goes hand in hand with the items I'm going to show you later on. You got Left Crunch. It's basically his wide swing. It says AoE. It's really good for wave clear. When it's empowered, it does full damage to everybody it hits rather than 50% to the splash damage. Your next ability is your Right Crunch, your body shot. It is decent damage, not as much as Left Crunch. It does good damage. It puts a slow on the enemy. And the empowered version does a knockup that stuns the target for a little over 1 second. Your R1 is your Forward Crunch. It's your Gap Close. It's your Escape. If you have your ultimate, you could re-crunch to do a double dash to really get out of there. It's usually your Initiate when you're ganking, and it's your Escape when you get in trouble. Then you have his ultimate, which is Re-Crunch. Now here, if you use Re-Crunch, it repeats the last ability used like you just saw. You could do a double dash if you do your Forward Crunch. You could do a double body shot. You could do a double Left Crunch for big damage. The passive, every third basic attack or ability hit restores health, which is nice. That brings us back to the number 3. So every third basic attack will heal you, and every third ability will heal you. And the second passive is on every third ability used within 10 seconds, it does the empowered version. So I'll show you right here. I'll do a Forward Crunch, a Left Crunch, and then a Right Crunch, and it'll turn to the Shoryuken like your Ryu or Ken from Street Fighter. So here we go. Forward Crunch, Left Crunch. Now I'm empowered, and it does the uppercut. So if it wasn't empowered, I'm going to show you right here. If it's not the third, it'll just do the body shot. There you go, right there. So, the number 3 End Crunch. You'll see right here on his passive, we just went over it. Every third basic attack heals you. Every third ability used heals you and also does an empowered version. This is where the number 3 comes with big importance on Crunch. So, let's go down to the lane here. And I'm going to show you these 3 items. Hold on, let me get these minions off me. So the 3 items we're going to showcase here, we're going to showcase items that are pretty popular on Crunch. The first one is Augmentation. I'm not going to go over it completely. I'm just going to show you the True Strike. It says empower your next basic attack within 4 seconds after using an ability to deal bonus damage. Oathkeeper. Empower your next basic attack within 4 seconds after using an ability to do bonus damage. They do the same exact thing. One is physical, one's magical. Luckily, Crunch does both. So here you go. Elefrost, the next one, same thing. After casting an ability, your next basic attack is empowered, and it does a little bit of AoE damage based on your max health around you. Let's do a little demonstration here. So if I use an ability here on these minions, my next basic attack is going to do big damage. And you'll see the timer on the bottom right on all 3 of the items down there, on the Augmentation, the Oathkeeper, and the Elefrost. Every time I use an ability and then an auto attack, that's on what looks like a 2-second cooldown. And now, bringing the number 3 back into it, I'll show you right here on Steel. If you use an ability, I'll use the ability to charge in, and I'll do 3 auto attacks, and then I'll cancel into the next ability, because after 3 auto attacks, you'll see the cooldown on all 3 of the items are reset perfectly after 3 auto attacks, and that brings the number 3 back into it again. So look, we'll try it out right here. We'll Forward Crunch. 1, 2, 3, next ability. 1, 2, 3, next ability. You'll see it times it perfect with the cooldown from the items. 1, 2, 3, ability. 1, 2, 3, ability. 1, 2, 3, ability. You get the idea here. So, this is why I say the number 3 is super important on Crunch. Obviously, your third ability used does an empowered version. you get 3 basic attacks in a row, and it's perfect timing for the cooldown on all 3 of these items to use your next ability. And over here, your passive on your ultimate, every 3rd basic attack heals you, and every 3rd ability heals you. The number 3 is huge on Crunch. Normally, you're not going to do this when fighting an enemy. You're not going to go 1, 2, 3, ability, 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3. You're not going to do that when fighting an actual enemy. When you're fighting an enemy, you're going to cancel, you're going to do your auto cancel after 1 basic. And I'll show you that right here. It's going to be forward crunch, basic, left crunch, basic, right crunch, basic, and then you could use your recrunch, and that's basically your full combo. I'll show you right here. Forward crunch, basic, left crunch, basic, right crunch, basic. There you go. That's his full combo. You don't really have time to do 3 basics in between each ability when you're fighting an actual target. That's really for when you're clearing waves, clearing out your jungle to maximize the damage from the items you usually use on Crunch. I'll show you right here on Fangtooth. So on Fangtooth, you could do something like that. You'll forward crunch, 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3, cancel. You get the idea. It's just so you could maximize the damage from the items you're most likely going to be using on Crunch. 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3, cancel, 1, 2, 3, cancel. You get the idea. That's going to be your wave clear. That's going to be your cadence for fighting Orb Prime, for fighting Fangtooth, for fighting jungle camps, lane minions, anything like that. That's going to be the cadence to maximize the damage from Augmentation, Oathkeeper, Elefrost, items like this. Items that empower your next basic attack. But like I said, when fighting an actual enemy, you're not going to do that cadence. You're just going to auto-cancel after 1 basic, and I'll show you one more time on Steel here. That's going to be the combo. And then you could just keep going with it. Watch, I'll show you. And you're just going to use whatever ability is off cooldown. So we're going to let this reset here, and now we're going to charge in and do it again. So you're basically auto-canceling after 1 auto because he has 3 pretty short cooldowns.
Crunch ready.
You get the idea. So, I mean, that's a basic rundown on Crunch and the number 3. The number 3 is very important. You want to keep a little timer in your head for your 3 basics when clearing waves and jungle camps, you know, Fangtooth, Orb Prime, things like that. The 1, 2, 3 ability cancel. You want to keep that in your head. With the abilities themselves, you don't really have to count or keep track of it because you could see his little jetpack on his back. When you do an ability, it starts to fire up. You do a second ability, his jetpack's really charged up, letting you know the 3rd one is empowered. So that's your little indicator on him. You don't really have to count those. It's pretty self-explanatory because of the jetpack that starts flaming on his back when it's ready for the 3rd ability. Like so. But like I said, when you're just clearing camps, Fangtooth, lane minions, things like that, you want to count your basics in your head. It just makes it easier. Like I'll show you again. I'm going to say it out loud, but it's really what I'm doing in my head in-game. Like I'm going to dash in here. 1, 2, 3, cancel. 1, 2, 3, cancel. 1, 2, 3, cancel. 1, 2, 3, cancel. And that's how you maximize the damage from your on-hit items that you're usually going to be using on Crunch. That's going to do it. That's a basic rundown on Crunch and the number 3. I hope this was helpful, especially for the guy who requested it. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!